All right. What is up, Money Rebels? It is Wyler, back in the house, feeling like $1,000,000. Not because I found a forgotten Bitcoin wallet, but because today we're tackling a topic that gets my blood boiling and my brain buzzing. Luck? Yeah, that four-letter word that people love to throw around when they see someone else winning. Oh, he is just lucky. She got lucky. It is all luck. And honestly, for a long time, it really got under my skin. So here's the deal. My DMs, my comment sections, even my old emails. They're all overflowing with people telling me how lucky I am. Wyler, you're so lucky your family got you that internship, they'd say. That $14. And whore gig cleaning closets and fixing monitors. That is why you're rich today. Or, he is just lucky he found a girl. She just fell into his lap on vacation. And my personal favorite, he is so lucky his YouTube channel blew up in 1 month while I've been grinding for years for 100 subscribers. It is like every single accomplishment I've had, in the minds of many, is just plain old luck. Nothing more, no effort, no strategy, no sleepless nights, just a sprinkle of fairy dust, and boom, success. And let me tell you, that narrative, it is a financial killer. It is the kind of toxic thinking that keeps people stuck, blaming the universe instead of building their own damn universe. But here is my controversial take, and you might want to buckle up for this one sometimes. We're blaming too much of our lives on bad luck, and frankly, it is a cop-out. It is an excuse that stops us from taking action, from putting in the work, from truly changing our situations. If it really is all luck, then why even try, right? That is the insidious trap this luck's mentality sets. What got me thinking about this whole luck thing was when I was sifting through the sea of comments on my dating video and my job history video, and like the self-destructive human I sometimes am, I was focusing way too much on the negative comments. My comment section was a graveyard of, it is literally pure luck. You're just getting lucky and gaslighting others who are successful. He doesn't realize how lucky he is. You gotta get lucky to have those connections. Be lucky is what you have to do, and the rest of us suffer. Luck, luck, luck. It was a broken record, playing the same sad, unproductive tune. Success is not happening to me due to my bad luck, they'd wail. But then, buried deep in that negativity like a hidden gem in a digital dumpster fire, I found this comment, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. Volume negates luck. Boom. Mic drop. That one sentence, man. It flipped my entire perspective. It got me thinking. Really thinking what truly makes someone successful. Is it raw skill? Is it good fortune? Is it being a ridiculously handsome 6? Or maybe a 6.5, you know? Or is there something else, something deeper, that we're all missing? Look, it is a tough world out there. I get it. And I want everyone, every single one of you, to minimize the power that bad luck has on your lives. So, let's dive into this. Head first. No holding back. First things first. Am I lucky? Absolutely. 100%. Without a doubt. I am extraordinarily lucky in so many ways. I'm relatively healthy, I have parents who love me, and I grew up in a financially stable home. I was born in a first world country, which is a massive privilege. Whether you want to admit it or not, I'm not unattractive. I mean, I think I'm a solid 6, maybe a handsome 6.5. I've been good at school when I actually tried, and I have the ability to learn fast. All of that, every single bit of it, is lucky. Through no fault of my own, I was just in that situation, and I had that going for me, and I'm incredibly thankful for it. But then I look at the successes in my life so far, in my career, in dating, in my personal life, and even here on YouTube. Is all of that due to luck also? Perhaps. I think it would be foolish. Absolutely foolish. To think that luck didn't play some sort of role, right? But let's unpack this a little. Let's really peel back the layers and see what is what. Let's talk about jobs. Sure, my aunt and uncle did get me one of my first jobs. Did that help? Absolutely. There was some luck there, for sure. It got my foot in the door of a very low-level part-time internship. But I would argue, vehemently argue, that is where the luck stopped. I can assure you, when I was cleaning out closets and putting tags on computers, plugging in monitors to fix them, I wasn't anywhere near what I wanted to be doing with my life. You don't just go from $14 an hour to 6 figures, by luck alone at that point. No, sir. At that point, I took action, massive, relentless action, to change my situation. The next steps I made were without family connections. I was attending career fairs, honing in on my craft of coding in school. I was interviewing. I was networking. I even started a business that, spoiler alert, failed spectacularly. I went from $14 an hour to 20 and got my first full-time job offer because I was talking to some random person at a career fair. And after that, I applied to many jobs. I was unhappy, and I failed 99% of the time. I could provide you with hundreds of rejection emails to high-paying jobs. We've decided to pursue other candidates for this position. We regret to inform you that we're moving forward with another candidate. I didn't feel real lucky when I was receiving those. I can tell you that much. But if I didn't keep up with the volume of applications, I would have never gotten to the job I'm in today. I applied to over 100 jobs and got maybe 10 interviews and only ended up with a couple job offers. That, my friends, is volume. Now, let's talk about dating rejection. Sure, I was lucky to meet a girl. I was very, very lucky. I wasn't looking for it at the time. I was just on a vacation when it happened. On the surface, sure, I got lucky that one time, but it is deeper than that. Trust me. Let me demonstrate what isn't seen. What nobody talks about is the constant work I put in before that to become who I needed to be to succeed in that relationship. And the constant rejection prior to that. I had hundreds of rejections in online dating. The many failed dates, the getting friend zoned, the empty feeling of swiping endlessly, going home to have a drink after another failed date, being ghosted or left on red. I have no shortage of these messages that I could share with you straight out of my iPhone, these rejections. They didn't feel good, not one bit, but they got me the skills to be able to succeed. When the right person finally came along, I didn't feel real lucky getting all those rejections, I tell you, but that didn't stop me from continuing to try. That is volume, baby. And finally, let's talk about YouTube luck. People see a guy who went from 0 to 4,000 subscribers in less than 2 months, and they go, oh, he is so lucky, but what you didn't see, what nobody talks about, were the failed channels. Here's a short audio snippet from one of my first ever Call of Duty commentaries, going to use some gameplay on Shino Numa how to get to round 100 and up. This map is definitely the easiest one to get to round 100 because the same amount of zombies spawn every round, and you can basically go forever. Yep, that is literally my voice from my first ever commentary when I was 14. Let's just say we've come a long, long way. I did YouTube for years back then, from about 2009 to 2012, and then tried a few failed attempts in between in both gaming and tech, although it appears to have happened quickly now. It really didn't. It was my third or fourth try at this whole YouTube thing. My moment may have finally arrived, but it wouldn't have happened if I didn't keep trying. I maybe wasn't meant to succeed back then, but maybe I am. Now for this current YouTube channel, I wasn't getting more than 100 views on almost all my videos until 2 weeks ago when I got lucky, with 2 videos that sent my channel to the next level. This was after making 25 plus videos, with little to no result. Volume negates luck. In my life, I've lived in a constant state of rejection, and this constant state of rejection has helped me negate the role that luck has in my life. Maybe I just get lucky every time. Or maybe it is because I failed so many times and kept moving forward that eventually it was bound to happen. Is it luck if it happens over and over again? I wouldn't say it is luck. And I wouldn't say it is skill either. I would argue it is volume, pure, unadulterated volume. Is there luck in my life? Sure, I'm not denying that. But life, my friends, is a numbers game. The more attempts you try, the odds that one of them succeeds is much higher. Think about fishing. If you just have one line in the water, your odds of catching a fish aren't that high, right? But if you have a couple of fishing lines in the water, you're increasing your odds with each one. Same goes with dating. If you ask 10 people on a date, the chances that one of them goes well is much higher than if you just ask for one date and then give up. Same with jobs, same with YouTube videos, same with anything you want in life. You have to keep going. You have to keep trying, putting your fishing line in the water over and over and over again. If you sit there and blame everything on bad luck, you might be missing an opportunity in your life. A massive life-changing opportunity. Luck is where hard work meets opportunity, and you have to be ready for the moment when it comes. If you aren't putting yourself in the position to even allow luck to happen, well, then there is no chance. Period. I've shown you my sea of rejections, and one thing I pride myself on, one thing I absolutely know to be true about myself, is that I'll never stop trying, and that is why I'll succeed more often than I fail. It is simple math, my friends. If you keep going, if you keep putting in the volume, it is almost inevitable that something good will fall into your life eventually. The more you try, the luckier you become. It is a self-fulfilling prophecy of awesomeness. If I didn't fail at this stuff, if I didn't have all those rejections, I'd have nothing to talk to you guys about. When people say that I have such bad luck, that this would never happen for them, I want you to show luck who is boss. Each time you try, each attempt you make, you're increasing your odds of something lucky happening. It is like buying a lottery ticket. But instead of relying on pure chance, you're actively creating your own luck. So keep learning skills, keep networking, keep applying to jobs, go on dates, keep uploading videos, keep putting as many attempts out there as possible, because eventually, one's going to hit, and that one hit. That one lucky break you've been waiting for. It is going to take your life to the next level. I want people to be happy to be born and happy to get a chance at this thing we call life, but to get the most out of it, to truly squeeze every last drop of potential from your existence. You gotta try. There is no way around it, no magic bullet, no secret formula. just consistent, relentless effort. But here's the kicker. You do have the power to change your own luck. You absolutely do. Remember that golden rule. Volume negates luck. A famous man, and a wise man indeed, once said, "Success is just going from failure to failure without loss of enthusiasm." And that, my friends, is the damn truth. Hope you got something out of this, something that sparked a fire in your belly. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think below, and be nice in the comments. Okay, until next time, stay boring, stay patient. Peace.